It has been a long time, but it is me, your man Roohkage, and my man over here, Patrick. Hold on, let me start it over again.
Oh yeah, that's all good. Yeah, we ain't doing government names.
You're right, exactly. Yo, what is going down? It is your man Roohkage. This is the Something or Nothing podcast coming at you live with my boy.
It's all good.
Yo, man.
I'll bring it in, man. Let me get you in. You warming up for 2022. Brap. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Kuya P. It's an NR Dub, Something or Nothing podcast. Brand new show for a brand new year. It's 2022. And I got my man over on the West Coast. Roohkage, what's good, Roo?
What's going on, my man? It's always a blessing to see you.
Hell yeah.
I have these jitters since, it's been a while since we've been on hiatus and whatnot.
Hell yeah, I know. For those that don't know, man, we get to recording, but then, you start and then you lose it and then you start. There was a little bit of hesitation, but my man, Roo, he's going to be blasting off in 2022. That's why I'm just so excited because I'm seeing his face right now, man.
Yeah, man. So how was your new year? How was with all this craziness going on? I know things over on your side are kind of wild right now.
I was trying to step back because it's been so wild. Like I'm putting it in 100, man, as a, multi-hyphenate, I got a lot of goals. I'm a father, I'm a colleague, I'm an actor, producer, filmmaker, writer, producer, I run a charity, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I have, but sometimes you got to step back and refresh. And that's what I was doing for like the past couple of weeks with family. End of the year, you got to put it down and just chill out and decompress, not answer any calls. I had a couple people, shout out to Anita, who's not on tonight.
Tranquil
Ashes. Much love to her. She's out there shopping. Get me something nice and fresh, Tranquil. You're not gonna see this till later. I hope you got me something nice. But she was calling me a lot, but I even her, I didn't answer any of her calls. I felt mad guilty when I started answering calls. But there's sometimes you just gotta pull back. And I talked to her and let her know, I didn't mean to diss you or anything, but I just pull back because sometimes this is, you gotta get your headspace right. And that's what I was doing. And I don't think I hit you up too. I think a couple random tweets. I think you and I hit back here and there.
Yeah, and we had
I was chilling in the cut, man.
Talks because we trying to get out there to see you and whatnot. But
yeah, that's right. We were hitting up about that.
Yeah, other than that, bro. I mean, it's with everything going on, it's just so crazy. And also, I know you were doing your thing over at Exoticon, which looked mad fun.
You gotta come through, bro. And we got the invites for the Exoticas out your way, and as well as AVN, bro. So that ain't nothing but a thing, man. I'm talking to Anita. We are plotting and planning after all those relationships. They love us. We love them. So again, that's what I'm looking forward to in 2022 is beyond me going out to see you, but me going out to LA for those shows as well as Vegas. And you're not but a hop skipping away, bro. I'll be like, yo, Roo, we hitting in Vegas for this show.
If you're in Vegas, let me know. I'll drive over real quick. That ain't nothing but a 5-hour drive.
Come through, brother. So I love it. Yeah. A lot of beautiful people over there on the AVN Exotica side of things, man. Good peeps.
Yeah. But let's get into some current topics, some current events real quick, just to kind of let the people know where in time we are at right now. The beloved Bob Saget, R.I.P. We just lost him yesterday.
Yeah, as of this recording, we'll put it out.
As of this recording.
Whenever we drop this out there. But yeah, man, Danny Tanner. I grew up on Full House, was raised on all of that. I loved him on roasts. When Full House was kind of over, he would do a lot of those Comedy Central roasts.
Right.
And it was wild to see, everybody's the cool dad who was very clean cut, but my man got a mouth on him, bro. He does dirty comedy. And that blew my mind. And that just made me love him even more. Cause you can be, when it's time to hold it down in the house or just be, quote unquote, the good dad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you could also have this real side to you. And that's what I loved about him and his personality. And he was a father of 2 young women, and all my love to his family that are now gonna not have their father with them, man.
Right.
You just seemed like a beautiful person, beautiful soul. From what I knew of him through the media, I think all of us, we didn't all know the man personally, but from what I've saw, I appreciated what he gave us. and I love his comedy. And we were actually talking on one of the weekly shows that I recorded. I've always wanted to see his stand up. I loved him on the roast. Saw little bits and pieces here and there. We actually checked out a clip. I'm gonna actually dive and look up more Bob Saget comedy specials. I hope there's a couple specials out there that I can check out.
You could even check out his live podcast that he's done on YouTube.
Oh, he had a podcast too? Okay.
He was part of other people's podcasts and whatnot, but there's a lot of stage work of him on YouTube, which I was like digging into. And you're right, he was really funny. It's a tremendous loss to the whole, like, you know, just everybody, but to the comedy scene as a whole, for sure. Yeah. And I like what you said about him earlier. He's kind of, if you think about it, he kind of emulates you, or you emulate him a little bit at the same time. You know, you got that family man persona. You definitely like hold it down for your folk, but then you also got that other side to you, where
the wild younger side.
And you know, you have that exactly. So yeah, man. I actually didn't grow up with him on Full House. I think that was before my time, but I was watching him when he was on AFB.
Oh, that's right. He did do America's Funniest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The same. He was clean cut, wasn't swearing, obviously, for America. But
did you see the roast? You ever watch any of the Comedy Central roasts that he was on?
I'm a big roast guy.
No,
like, they're creative. Like, so when it's funny, it is funny. I'll give it that. But I think the only one I've really ever liked was probably like Justin Bieber's. Pete Davidson had one, which was a little funny.
Yeah.
But I'm a dark humor cat.
Yeah, so same. I like dark humor.
If it doesn't get really fucked up, sometimes I'm just, you know, and that comes from trauma.
Yeah, right.
Which therapy deals with, but at the same time, like, that sense of humor kind of never goes away.
Yeah.
Which is funny to think, though, because if you think about it, a lot of the things that were in stand-up comedy before, where you were able to say, you know, like the R word or certain other, like, you know, derogatory things, have kind of like, you know, they used to really make me laugh, but now not so much.
That is true, man. It becomes cringy. I think cringy is the operative word now. Like,
I think if it's for now, if I watch a set from a comedian back then when it was like appropriate for the time, I can still get a laugh because I understand where things were at then.
Yeah.
But if I see a current comic pulling that shit now, it seems like you can't progress with society.
I got you. I feel that. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag for me.
It is. Yeah. It just depends on how you go about it, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than Bob Saget, we also lost Betty White.
Legend, man.
Oh,
she was real.
Yeah.
And again, probably before your time, but I love the Golden Girls.
I watched.
She was amazing on the Golden Girls, man, and even outside of that, you know, her different spots she would do on different shows, just amazing. You know, two legends, bro. Two freaking legends, man. She fought for
POC hardcore.
Oh yeah, back when she had her show.
She had her show. She brought on a black tap dancer, and they were trying to cut him off of, you know, Showtime. And she's like, "Nah, you ain't gonna do that." Yeah. And I think they shut her show down like immediately after all that. But just goes to show, like, you know, you fight for what's right, and eventually that shit perseveres.
Yeah, man. She walked the walk. She didn't just talk it. She walked the walk, and you can't help but admire people that are true to their word, man. So all the love, rest in peace, rest in power to Bob Saget and Betty White, man. Hell yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I think everything in the world is kind of like slowly starting to come together. You know what I mean? Like all this COVID Omarion stuff going on right now kind of sucks.
I've noticed that it's the Omicron, but people are saying Omarion because they're afraid to get it gets taken down, or like why are people, how did Omarion became like the thing instead of saying Omicron?
I just thought it was funny. Like I thought
okay. I thought it was funny too. But
yeah, I rather much call.
I know how posts get tagged though, right? Because they're sometimes when you post certain things, like they'll put like an additional content on it, which I don't have a problem. Like if I'm typing, if I'm talking about COVID, you know, I'll notice that on Facebook, it'll like add like a little special informational thing with your post if you're talking.
It does that on all Facebook. It does that everywhere if it's owned by Facebook.
That you know what? That's right. So that's probably why they're doing it, because they don't want. Yeah. But why wouldn't you want to just add more information out there and change it? I think Omarion is funny. I'll give you that. Omarion is funny, but just write Omicron. Like, unless you're going for laughs, or is it like the right not wanting to disperse more of this information? You know what I'm saying? Like
I
that
don't
kind of
like when people
BS.
get that serious about it though.
But they
Like
wouldn't
all
put it
this,
past them. Have you seen my film that they cut my scene in? Did you
I
see Don't
did.
Look Up? Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, first off, yes. For those that don't know, I was one of the principal actors on Don't Look Up. Although they adapted my scene and gave my lines and some of my other the other two principals in that scene with me, our lines, they kind of morphed into J Law's lines and Leo's lines, and then they spread it out to Ariana Grande in this sequence within the film. But really great time on the film. I was happy that I was on the scientific side of things, because if I was on the Don't Look Up side of things, that would have had been a problem for me. But yeah, I was one of the Just Look Uppers. My name's in the credits. It was really cool. So nice to get Netflix residuals and shit. But I thought it's a very important film. It's a very timely film. If you're a fan of Idiocracy, I think it's like the new gen's Idiocracy, where it kind of just reflects on society and how society would maybe react to it. It's supposed to be a comedy, but shit, it's I don't know about you, bro, but because of the work I've done and been around, like I don't find it funny. It's scary. It should be funny, but we're living in this kind of a reality though, where people are that dumb and that stupid.
Yeah, but people have always been there. If you think
That
about
is
it,
true.
now it's just televised. You know,
Even more
like
so, right?
if you spent more of your day off of a screen than on one, you'd never know any of this stuff is going down most of the time. Like that's just how it is. And what's funny about this movie, bro, I thought that it was a very like you said, it's mirroring what we're going through right now, like to the T. Like I think my favorite characters were the president and the son, Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill, because it was just like it's obviously Trump and Trump Jr.
Yeah.
And they're just like I love it when an actor is able to make me hate them for their character, because it makes me know they're doing their job.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Like if
Yeah.
you piss me off, you're a good ass actor. But, yeah, it was a trip. Like, because obviously, like, why would you disagree if scientists told you that a meteor was coming to Earth? Like, you just think that's some conspiratorial shit. What does anybody gain from that?
Yeah.
Which is the same thing what's going on right now. It's like, I don't understand why everybody can, obviously viruses are real. And yes, like everything's going to be different because science is never fact. And excuse me, I'm having a little, that was my Starbucks croissant from earlier. But yeah, it's amazes me how people, and I'm not talking about individuals, because I feel individuals can be very smart and do many great things, but humanity as a whole is so imperfect to the point where we butt heads even when things are staring at us right in the fucking face. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from, where it's really hurt. It's scary to watch this movie and think like, oh wow, they're making fun of this, but this is kind of our reality.
It actually happens.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those moments happens, bro. Like it's not comedy. Like, yeah.
I mean, I appreciate people that can try to shed light on dark situations, because with like I don't feel like there can be comedy unless there's chaos. If you live in a utopia, nothing's funny. But yeah, man. I mean, I was honestly really hurt to not see you in that flick. That was damn near the only.
Trust, man, too.
That was honestly the only reason why I watched
it. I appreciate
I always
that,
feel
brother.
like when they grab so many big names, they rely on that solely instead of the actual film. No shade on Netflix and the writers. I'm sure everybody put in mad work for this movie.
There was enough scenes with J Law and Ariana and fucking Leo, so like, God damn it, could you give a bunch of young actors?
Give actors, yeah, bro. And I feel the same way about animation today. I don't know if you realize it, but it's like they're getting a lot more like A-list celebrities, like, and they don't even need to act per se. They can be anybody if you have a recognizable voice. And they just throw them on a cartoon, and then that's what's supposed to like help sell the show. It's not the like how good the show is anymore, because voice acting has been a really tight community for a really long time.
For real. Yeah.
It's like now these actors who have been in this industry forever are getting pushed out because they want to have a big name behind the character now. They don't even care if there's any talent, really.
Very
It's
true. Very true.
It's kind of
I've always felt it's like the one arena that I could occasionally or soon at one point make it in, because it seemed doable, and I knew enough people. But now the trend is, I feel like it's past me now, because exactly for, like you said, they're going for the big name actors to sell the movie at the end of it,
what though? I seen it on Twitter, and I think you were the one who actually retweeted it, where it was just like, why are we waiting for these bigger corporations or these studios to give us this platform? When in reality, if we just band together and make our own stories and put it out there, because they can't stop the internet.
Hell yeah.
If you put some fire shit out and then the internet gets it popping, then they're at your will,
brother. I'm for real. I've been telling your special lady, man, in our whole Filipinx Actors Barkada, which a lot of them, we have all that talent right there.
Yeah,
there's no excuse that we can't make our film within the next 5 years.
That's a production company in and in itself.
Exactly. Like,
and more people. There's a lot of Filipinos in the industry, man. Like I get them in my chair all the time. I actually shout out Joey. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but you should, bro. He's also like some fella that I met in my chair. He just came in randomly one day asking for a fade. He's Pinoy, and he works in casting, and he's also an actor. So like I actually try to set him up with my girl and our friend Denise. We both know Denise. Try to get him in the Barkada, because like even though I'm not directly in the group, I like to think of myself as a sub member.
Oh yeah, man, you family, bro. You part of the family.
So I want to help grow what y'all are building, because I just know the more we band together and get people on the same thing and stop relying on the people who make you feel like they're the ones you need to rely on.
Hell yeah.
Then that's when you start making some real magic. You know what I'm saying? And Pinoy's already, like, Filipinos already got this tight community just as a culture as it is. So you're gonna get all the titos, lolas, lolos. Everybody's gonna be watching if you put some shit out. It's just how it is.
So I think that's a great segue. So like I was saying to you and with Jack and the whole squad, the Barkada, we just got to start putting in the work now. We got to start doing that pre-production. There's no reason we can't have that within the next 5 years, our own feature, our own short, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We could get that cracking. So I think what I'd like to dive into, bro, I know you had some topics earlier that we talked about, but a topic that I wanted to bring to the table, since you and I were getting together, is some 2022 stuff we're looking forward to. And so this actually is a good segue in regards to the conversation that we're having right now. Is one of the films I'm highly anticipating this year as a Filipino and as a filmmaking standpoint is our man Joe Coy. Comedian Joe Coy has a film. He's got a ton of Filipino talents in it. I think one of our Barkada members in it. Well, I don't think one of our. I know we have some affiliates. We got some affiliates in the joint. Yeah. But Easter Sunday is Joe Coy's film that's dropping on April Fool's Day, which is weird. But so their Easter Sunday film is dropping on April Fool's Day. Because my man Chavi de Guzman, shout out to my boy Chavi. He's been on my Show Pal show. He's in the film. But I'm very curious how well that film's going to do, because as a Filipino filmmaker, like we're saying, how my Filipino community is going to come out for that. And I'm wanting it to do numbers, because that's going to help with hopefully the film that I'm going to make with Jack and the rest of the Barkada, to see if our community is going to come and show up for that. So I'm anticipating that it beyond just as a Filipino film, but on a filmmaking standpoint, how much numbers it's going to do for eventually, hopefully, my film that I'm going to make with the rest of our squad, and how well it'll do on that front. So with that being said, I don't know if you're interested in that film, but what other films are you interested in now that we're in 2022, brother?
What's funny is I actually did not know that. I heard some whisper through the grapevine that Joe Coy was doing something big. I actually didn't know it was like a full feature.
Oh, so yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know one of the comics and slash actors that like tours with Joe, so I'm gonna see if he's attached to that. And his name
What's
is
his name?
Joey. His name is Joey.
So is it Joey Gia?
It might be. I think so. Is he? I
Joey
gotta see a
Gia is.
picture,
Hold up, man. Now you got me
but
looking because
it
I'm a
might
fan of
be,
his.
bro.
Been trying to
Because I
book
know
him.
him, but he knows my mom like really close. Like I've known him since I was a little kid. Um, and he's from Hawaii. I don't know if you know where he's from or not, but that's the reason my mom knows him. And
Shut up.
yeah, he's known me for a minute.
Yeah,
And I'm
Joey Gia is in the film with Joe.
yeah,
He's playing
and
Tito
he's
Manny.
really tight with Joe.
So you know Joey Gia. Hook your
I
boy
guess
up,
so.
man.
I'll try. Hey, I'll see what I can do. I'll
I've
hit
been
on my
trying to
mom.
book him on my show. I've been working with my Loopy with the Vengeance cats to
He was
hopefully get him.
also in he was also because we just watched this movie by Dante Bosco.
Yeah, he was in Fabulous Filipino Brothers.
Yep. Then that's the same dude.
Yep.
Like, oh, I know him. That's crazy.
Fuck up, man. Let's
Yeah,
get that going. I need Joey on my show, man. I'm a fan of his.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. Or after this. But for sure. I mean, movies.
Yeah, what you look for? I know you're interested in Batman. We talked about that a
There's
little
some
bit.
heat going
Did you
on
see
this
the recent Bat and the Cat trailer that Matt Reeves dropped?
I'm actually with everything how like comic book movies are now. I'm actually gonna try to like not see as much of what they put out because
You don't want to give it away or mess up.
I miss the feeling of not knowing what to expect in movies, bro. Like I feel like I know, like with No Way Home, which we can talk about in a bit. I mean, I know we're talking about future films, but it's just like I already knew a lot what was going to happen. Granted, I didn't know the entire film and the direction it was going, but it's like they were trying to like tell us this whole time. And if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers, but it's like it's been out for almost a month now. You should go watch that. That we all knew these three Spider-Man were going to be in this film. Like we knew that, like from like there was set photo leaks and all that, you know. And granted, they did a pretty good job of hiding most of it, but it's like I'm sick of like anticipating these movies. I want to go in with a fresh, like not knowing shit.
Yo, real talk. I don't know if you posted this thinking about other people's Twitter posts, but somebody that I think was on Twitter. I don't know if it was you, but what if, remember, so like all those leaks happened, right? So we already kind of knew, like you said, but what if we went into No Way Home not knowing that even the villains, that none of them were going to be in that? That it was just another Spider-Man film, but if you didn't even know that the villains were going to be in there. So as you were watching it, how dope it would have been to be like, oh shit,
I would have went
Doc Ock, you know, all of that.
Cardiac arrest. Like I would have like been damn near close to a seizure because
Right?
it's like, do you know how excited that would be to like see old villains from previous movies that you wouldn't think had nothing to do with the current universe you're in? Like if
it would have blown our minds, bro. Like, yeah.
I was already hearing people tearing up in the theater.
Oh yeah.
I would be bawling if I saw something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So besides the fact though, there are movies that I'm looking forward to, and surprisingly, most of them are Marvel.
Really?
Yeah, because DC ain't bringing the heat as much as they should.
You know what? That reminds. I actually thought about you. We did like a 2022 conversation about films. There's actually, I think, 4 DC films and 5 Batman. I mean, 4 DC and like 4 Marvel films.
Was Glenn there?
Yeah. Glenn was in it. Let me pull up that list real quick because I was like, who will win out between DC and Marvel this year?
Yeah.
So real quick, let me tell you, Marvel has Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, Morbius, and Thor Love and Thunder. Those are the Marvel films dropping. DC has Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, The Flash, The Batman, and Black Adam.
You know what? I might have to retract. I think that still has my heart.
So I mean, that's kind of tough right there.
It is.
Marvel has been Marvel's tried and true. So really, I think, I don't know who made the comment, but basically it was stated that it's only Marvel's, you know, it's Marvel's thing to lose, you know, because their track record, you know. Yeah. So really, it's on DC to step up with those 4 films.
Here's my prediction, real quick. The Batman is going to be crazy. Like I think people
are going to be off the chain.
I think people are underestimating it. But I think I can't speak for how well it's going to do box office wise. because those are always like you just never know.
Mhm.
But I think the Batman is going to be critically acclaimed. I think people are really going to fuck with it. I think that it's going to like give a different feel than what regular Batman movies were used to. Because even with Bale's Dark Knight series, which is or trilogy, sorry, that is like what is like the standard for just a superhero movie in general. You know what I mean? It still has similar feelings to the Tim Burton, and what I mean by that is like how the characters look. You know what I mean? The Batman suit has always looked very Batman-y. The cars have always been crazy. The gadgets have always been crazy. This is the first time where we see what a Batman could look like if he was real. You know what I mean? And if the villains he was dealing with were real, were just some either like the mob, which is what Batman constantly deals with, or even like the deranged psychos that he deals with on a daily basis. But this time they don't look
Riddler
like
looks tough.
he looks tough, bro. The Penguin looks tough, bro.
Yeah.
Like the
I
Penguin
love the
looks
kind of the twist on the art. To me, it reminds me of the Arkham Asylum games, which I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham games.
yeah.
And I feel like that's what we're getting, but they like went more realistic with it. Really looks tough as fuck. I love it.
Yeah, dude. It looks raw. It looks
Yeah.
hardcore. So I think it's gonna be cool. I'm not gonna front like the Aquaman movies. I love Jason Momoa as
Oh,
Aquaman.
hold up. You know what? Before we get into them, because I have a whole another feeling about
Yeah,
those
yeah,
other
yeah,
three.
for sure.
Because specifically, though, here's the thing, though.
Yeah,
So Marvels are all in continuity, right? We all know
sure.
that they're all going to be tied, with the exception of Spider-Man across. That's the animated joint.
Who
So
knows though? Who knows?
true, because we do have a multiverse now
Yep.
within the Marvel MCU,
Yep.
and also Morbius. Even though it's Sony, they did do some ties with No Way Home, and
Yep. They
then
did.
with the Venom joint. So
Yep.
they're, and also spoiler alert at the end of the No Way Home as well. So they're kind of crossing over that a little bit, because we also saw Michael Keaton
That's what I'm
in the
saying.
Morbius trailer, so we know his role is back with that he was in the first Spider-Man joint. So we
Right.
know he's still mixing around with that. So it's all connected. Here's my thing with the DC shit, right? The Batman is separate from the rest of the DC cinematic stuff. You know that, right? It's an
Yeah.
Elseworlds separate story, which
Yeah.
that's a signature fucking character, right? And it's going to be its own offshoot movie. So that just already like, come on, man.
But check this. This is my rebuttal to what you're saying right now, because you said Flash is coming out this year,
yes,
and the storyline they're going with is Flashpoint,
yes.
which means like multiverse type of
So
stuff.
you think that's what we're gonna do their multiverse type
The
thing?
thing is with the multiverse, bro, whether it be DC or Marvel, DC's been having it on lock before Marvel was in diapers. Like DC's been doing multiverse since
True.
the Bronze era.
True.
Like,
True.
so I understand Marvel has the capital to make their stuff like really dope and to tie it in, because like Sony is gonna want like a piece of the pie. That's why they're always in association and whatnot. But what DC has that Marvel I wouldn't say doesn't, but it's like they can tie in anything they want to whenever they want to. Like it's no problem.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with things being disconnected. I kind of like it because I think they're kind of prepping us to be just used to everything being connected. But it's like sometimes you need some one-off stories, bro.
I feel
like,
that. I feel that.
The Joker is not part of the DCEU.
That's true. I
And
don't know, man. So,
yeah.
But so separating it out though.
Yeah.
And before we go on to that, because I'm curious again, like what your feelings with Black
Sure.
Adam, Flash, and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Again, I'm loving what I'm seeing with Batman. The visuals, the style from like the Batman Arkham game. Everybody looks dope. And of course, my man, Catwoman, forgetting her name.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. I fucking love Zoe Kravitz. I'll drink her bath water. She's fine as fuck. I love me some Zoe Kravitz. But my thing, and even so, here's the thing. Fucking, it's Robert Pattinson. He looks amazing in the suit. I'll give him the suit. He looks dope in the suit. But then when he's out of the suit, here's the thing, bro. Of all the Batmen that played Batman, who do you think you could take the most? I think we all know I could fucking take Robert Pattinson. You could take Robert.
Oh, you talking about in a one-on-one?
In a one-on-one, real shit. I don't think I could have taken any of the other Batman on. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't. You know, Ben would probably give me a problem. Ben would be a problem. Michael Keaton would have been a problem.
I'll drop
Val Kilmer. All those cats would have been a problem. But Robert Pattinson, I'll take it. I'll go toe to toe with Robert Pattinson right now, bro. You know what I mean?
You could say that about you could say that about the Marvel cast too, though.
True, but it's
like Robert Downey
about Batman, though. We're talking about Batman. Batman should always be a problem. And I'm sorry, Pattinson, a wind gust would take his ass out.
I think, but here's my thing is I agree. Like, it's actually kind of like odd, but also, what if they're trying out something new?
No, I give that, and I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
It's like, what if?
I just want to say, man, I shouldn't feel like I could take him though.
Yeah,
and I know my man Rue, you could take Robert Pattinson, bro. Don't tell me you could give him his piece.
Maybe, I don't know. He's a vampire, but like, I
got faith in my boy Rue. I know you could take his ass out. That's the thing, man. We shouldn't feel like we could take out Batman, but like I feel like I could now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. We'll see what it happens. Honestly,
yeah, but, it looks good though. Yeah, don't get it looks good. I'm down for it. It's gonna be different. I'm sure it's gonna kick ass. I think that of the DC films, that's gonna kick ass. And so I'm now that we go back into the rest of DC films, I'm kind of curious what you think is going to be the biggest bangers and what is going to be the biggest duds.
I think Black Adam is going to take the cake because it's The Rock, and The Rock brings money wherever he goes. I think if he's going to be a DC character, Black Adam's perfect for him because who else would he play? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think he's going to put on an accent. The thing is with The Rock that like is kind of sad is just he's himself with everything he plays. So I feel like that whole Rock persona, Dwayne The Rock Johnson of him, is gonna like kind of oversee who Black Adam is. But Black Adam is like a king. He's like, the counterpart. He's the evil counterpart to Shazam. Yeah. And he's like Egyptian, you know? So, but the one thing that this movie has that's very promising is, and this is the reason why I'm a DC guy over Marvel any day of the week. They got better characters, bro. Like this is my opinion. I understand I can go to war with certain people. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's just like they got like Hawkgirl and Hawkman is supposed to be making an appearance. We got Dr. Fate. I heard, first of all, Dr. Fate, just seeing it cinematically for the first time, like this is what we're gonna get. I think he's gonna blow Doctor Strange out the water because Dr. Fate is the shit, bro. Like he has the tower of fate, like he's a helmet and he just takes over whoever. And he's just, being a warlock. I don't even really know his character like that. I'm kind of being mad fake. If I'm being honest, I didn't read a single Dr. Fate comic growing up, but I did watch.
You're on point a little bit. You're all right. You're right.
Yeah. But these are dope characters to me. I did read Hawkman. I did read Hawkgirl, and we're going to be seeing them. And I think we're also getting a Question movie at some point. And the Question is a dope ass character that the world needs to know about as well. That is also tied into Dr. Fate. And I'm kind of rambling on. So let me get back to the point. I think just The Rock is going to be a really good film. We haven't seen a trailer. We haven't really seen much yet. But I think it's going to kind of uphold that DCEU film because it is going to tie into Shazam with Zachary Levi at some point because he is his arch nemesis. I don't know how I feel about Aquaman, if I'm being honest. I really enjoyed the first movie. It's a good movie, and Jason Momoa kills it. I love how they like kind of tie in his Pacific Islander roots and everything like that. Even though most of Atlantis is white, but whatever. I don't like the woman, the actress who plays Mira.
Amber Heard, never been a fan. I didn't even like her before this whole Johnny Depp situation. Yeah. But I just didn't feel like she was my Mira. You know what I mean? So there's that. But I have faith in James Wan. He's a great director. His visuals on Aquaman were amazing. And, we'll just see what happens with that. But The Flash is something that I'm highly anticipating because, one, I think Ezra Miller is that's his name, right? Ezra Miller. Yep. Yeah. Ezra Miller is a great Flash, despite what people think. He's a lot better than the CW Flash. That's just my opinion.
And I really liked him in Justice League, and I really liked him in he was only in Justice League, so just that. But yeah, I'm excited to see it. And I love Flashpoint. It's one of my favorite comic book arcs of all time. So to see it in a live action sequence is actually going to be really cool. You know, not saying that Marvel isn't going to have some heavy hitters, but the thing is, we're just going to be so people are going to be anticipating all these movies. You're basically going to know the plot before it comes out,
which is sad.
which is sad.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Love and Thunder. Like out of all of them, Love and Thunder is my movie.
Okay, yeah. So that was gonna be my next. So like on DC side, what are you looking forward to the most? And least and what do you for both so like DC, what are you looking forward to most? Marvel, what are you looking forward to most? And then which of on both sides, what do you think is gonna be the biggest dud on either side?
I might get some hate for this, but I think maybe Black Panther might be the dud of Marvel. And this only because, the late Chadwick Boseman is not going to be with us. Like
the Letitia Wright issues, I think, as well.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I'm kind of with you on that one because of all the controversy and all the issues.
Yeah,
they didn't recast T'Challa. All the drama. I think
I don't know how they're going to fit this in. Yeah, so we'll wait and see where they're going with it. But I just think once he passed, I'm not saying it's time to retire the character. Like maybe they can do a reboot at some point, but at least give the character some time to breathe after the passing of like the original. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I'm still kind of hurt over Chadwick. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see a Black Panther movie without him in it.
That's where you and I differ. That's where I think they should have recast, but the fact that they didn't and they're moving on and this is going to be without it. Like, that's my problem. Yeah. Like we should have immediately recast him.
Who would you cast though? If like
I don't know that I don't know that but the character is bigger than the actor, and I love we all love Chadwick, man, but the character is bigger than the
I agree. I agree to an extent. I just think maybe I don't know. Like I guess we can agree to disagree. There's all love at all times. I think it's just they've only done one recast throughout the entire MCU, and
they've done several recasts within MCU, bro. You got you got Don Cheadle over
that's the only one I know.
You got that. You've got I know there's ones I'm forgetting at the moment. But there's been others.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I just know that one.
Yeah.
I try to keep the continuity.
So which one of the Marvel things you will be the best film this year?
Doctor Strange.
You think that'll be the bigger film?
Yeah.
Over Thor, Love and Thunder?
See, I don't know the storyline for that yet, so I can't really say what I mean. I know we're gonna get.
Did you see Tessa Thompson in her King Valkyrie costume?
I just seen that today. My boy sent me that, and it looks dope. I've always had a crush on Tessa Thompson.
Exactly, bro. She could get it. Like she could be my king, bro. Like, damn.
She's the queen of Asgard. She is that Valkyrie.
Yes.
All I do know about Thor: Love and Thunder, though, that it's gonna be tied in with Guardians, and we're gonna get a Jane Foster, and that's what I also like though, because that's a what if comic.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people don't know that Jane Foster being Thor came from What Ifs. Mm-hmm. So I also think What If the series is going to be tying into the actual MCU.
Well, if we watch the What If animated series, that you saw the Doctor Strange in the Dark Doctor Strange we saw in the trailer, right?
Exactly.
Is that the same Doctor Strange that we saw in the What Ifs that he's facing? That we don't know.
It might be. But yeah, I mean, that's besides MCU, I'm really looking forward to Morbius.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not that big of a Jared Leto fan. Yeah. Surprisingly, I do like his Joker portrayal. Sue me. But it
was a different take on it, man.
It was a different take.
Yeah, but I could appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the different. But anyway, yeah, I think Morbius is gonna be kind of dope because it's going to be a different feel to like vampire movies, you know?
Yeah.
It might bring in Blade too, which is what I'm hoping for. Because I want Blade back, bro. Blade is always my favorites.
We got to get that lead in because we know we are getting a Blade movie. So maybe there, But so Marvel side, you think Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness will be the bigger Marvel film?
Probably.
And then the surprising dud of them, if there's a dud, will be Black Panther.
Yeah.
I can't argue that. Although I would I'd say I'm more anticipating Thor to be bigger than Doctor Strange.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he is the original.
But we don't know enough, like you said, though, either. We don't know enough about Thor.
I know Chris Hemsworth is going to be the biggest and most jacked he's ever been for a Thor movie. So that's kind of
I'm curious to see him, like, because we know he's going to be with the Guardians, to see that mixture with Guardians and then him shift into that will be interesting.
Yeah, it was a smart choice for them to make his series or his franchise a little more like comedic. Yeah, because the first two movies that were more, first off, I love all Thor movies. Like, I think they did a great job for what they did for all of them because I'm just that much of a fan of his. But yeah, once Ragnarok came around and it was more of a funny take, I was like, yeah, they found their niche for him.
Hell yeah. All right, now because you're the DC guy, man. Which is going to be your big DC movie and which is going to be the dud of the DC movies?
I'll say Flash. Flash is probably going to be the big one for me.
Over Batman.
Well, I'm flat. Like, Flash is one of my favorite DC characters. Like, Flash is the reason why I started reading comics again.
Okay.
You know, like Batman, he's always been there. He's always going to be, you know, a part of like my love for DC as a whole. But it's like, I feel like Flash isn't as like hyped up as Batman. And not saying I'm taking like the underdog route, but it's like, you know, Barry Allen has a way more compelling story than Bruce Wayne does at times, because Barry Allen saw Batman saw his mother get killed by a future version of fucking Yellow Flash. I can't forget his name. I forgot his name right now. It's been a while, but Reverse Flash. Thank you. Yeah. And you know, just bad things always happen to him. I mean, that's kind of like what writers do. Like, there's always conflict in their lives and stuff. But I feel like Barry Allen kind of has a little rough. At least Bruce Wayne is rich. You know. So yeah, that's gonna be my top one, most anticipated for Flash for sure. And the dud, you know, it's weird to say, but I think it's probably just gonna be Aquaman. I think Aquaman might be a dud.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you mine. Go
ahead. Yeah, I want to hear yours.
Because I think it'll be curious.
Yeah.
I think Batman is gonna kill it. Because like what we said earlier, even though I'm kind of annoyed with it being separate, but the fact that it's not going to worry about Snyderverse isms and with everything else that's why I think Batman will be great, is because it's standalone, separate from all the other shit, right? Sure. So even like my problems with Pattinson, where I feel I can take him, I still think it's going to be great. And Zoe Kravitz, like I said, I'll drink her bathwater. So the Batman is it for me. So the other three, I think Flash is going to be dope. Although I have other friends that are thinking that one's going to be the dud. I think the Flash is going to be dope, because if they are doing Flashpoint, like yourself, was one of my favorite storylines from what I see in all the different people involved. And I know Michael Keaton Batman is going to be in there. That's where we're going to get multiverse stuff in DC. I think that's why that's going to be great. Aquaman Lost Kingdom, I don't know shit about it, but the first one was decent. And
it was good.
And James Wan. I have faith in James Wan. So that leaves, I think, as Black Adam, and also for some of the reasons, like you said earlier, I love the fucking Rock, but he plays the fucking Rock all the time. And that's why I think it's going to be a dud, man. Like, you got all these other great actors too, and all these other great sidebar actors in it and characters, but it's the fucking Rock and Black Adam, and it says Black Adam, but it's the fucking Rock. And I don't know, man. I don't see it really. I think it's going to be one of the most expensive films out of all of them, and it has going to be a lot of that. But I think that's going to be the dud over Aquaman. Aquaman gets the edge because of James Wan,
right?
Is why, and again, and then Rock detracts it because he's the Rock. And like I said, I love the Rock, but I got to separate my superheroes with Rock, and
I get you.
I can't separate it there. I see the Rock, and I just I think it should have been a different actor, honestly, to play Black Adam. Yeah, I don't know who offhand, but I would have rather had somebody else as Black Adam.
Honestly, I could see the dude playing Boba Fett being Black Adam. Maybe he's a little
Tamara Morrison.
Yeah, I don't know like his age range or nothing like that. But
he's a little older. If he was like probably a younger, sprier guy, that would be better.
Rock's in his 40s though.
True,
but he's also a tank, so there's that.
So
Uh,
yeah, man, I think Black Adam's gonna be the dud for me, at least for me.
all right, well, we'll see. We got a
Yeah.
whole year to figure that out. What's your Marvel though? I want to know your. Oh, you already said
Oh
it, no?
yeah, yeah. Thor: Love and Thunder, I think is gonna
Yeah,
take the cake. And then I agree with you with Wakanda Forever being the dud.
got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Unfortunate, man. It's sad to say that, but
Yeah, I don't. I think they might lead it towards Shuri, but at the same time, like I think the reason we haven't really heard anything is because they're scrambling, trying to figure out what to do.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Especially for a movie that's coming out this year. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Here's a question for you, and I'll answer it as well. What movie do you think has which movie out of all of them, DC, Marvel, has the most potential to get pushed back? Because as we know, with these movies,
Ooh.
they're always changing release dates.
Like Morbius was supposed to have come out wasn't like Morbius like the year before
last year. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
there's a whole meme about that, like the different dates that Morbius was supposed to drop. I think on the Marvel side, Wakanda Forever
Okay.
would get pushed because of all what we just said.
Right.
The just everything that's been happening with that.
Mm-hmm.
On the DC side, I think Aquaman, because we haven't heard really a lot of reporting, but I think they did wrap, if I'm not mistaken already. I think they did wrap on production. So unless it's CGI stuff that will hold it back, I think Aquaman and Black Adam would be the ones that would potentially be held back.
Sure.
I think Flash, they're pretty good from what I understand.
The Flash is already pushed back. That shit was supposed to come out in 2019.
So then this has given it enough time for effects. So that's got to drop. If they've been having it, Aquaman, I think they recently wrapped, and Black Adam, I know they recently wrapped too. So it's all about the CGI that they still have left for those two.
Right.
If anything,
I got you.
Would hold those back.
All right. Well, I mean, I know we're coming up on almost an hour, which is our usual runtime. But
let's close it out, man.
I got one more question for you because it just came in my mind. And
give it to me, brother.
With social media being where it's at today and just having as much influence as it does, do you think it's like a good idea for like the top A-list actors to be on it the way that they are? Because obviously I know it helps with your career and everything like that. It helps you get out there more and everything. But at the same time, like when you're that big and you have such influence on people, is it the right thing? Because swaying people is like, I'm not saying it's propaganda, but it's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater right now. Like, as I'm saying this, I was like
thinking about it, right?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? If I was that big, I still want Instagram. I guess maybe just not as publicized because I get scared thinking being that big, like I just keep my shit on private. Ain't nobody gonna be on except friends and family. But I don't know if you were when you're as big as The Rock, you gonna have your Instagram blown up, or are you gonna keep it just for friends and family?
I'll still keep it, but I don't share a lot of certain personal stuff.
That's true.
My Facebook is friends and family for the most part. And a lot of what I do on my public IG and Twitter is, I keep it.
Yeah, I can see that.
You talk to my wife for certain stuff. Like you want pictures of my daughter, you're hitting up, my wife on our IG. There's only occasional pictures I post on my IG and Twitter,
right,
of my family. So I've already kind of been schooled I'm old ahead that, I know what I'm willing to share in specific, and to degree.
I think I'm just like, I'm a crusader of damn social media. The older I'm getting, I'm starting to hate this shit more. Yeah. But I'm also like realizing the importance it has on career and just everything. And I just I kind of don't want that for myself, but things happen, it happens. But let's wrap this up.
So speaking of social media, how can they reach out to my man Roohkage?
Y'all know me. It's all the same. Instagram, IG, ROOHKAGE. You can call me Roohkage at this point. I know everybody does, but no, I'm just kidding. Twitter, Instagram. Follow your boy. Anybody in Hollywood area, California, you need a cut, DM me. I got you. Where can they find you, bro?
The legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Over at Show Pal Show, giving you that Filipinx content. And of course, here giving you something to nothing on the NRW and at Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Rue, man, always a pleasure, man. Can't wait to make this connection happen, like we were saying earlier. Connecting in this new 2022. Man, miss you, bro. Man, this has been always beautiful. Hopefully, we can get on a better track schedule and making stuff pop and bring in some other friends and have them holla, introducing people to new people, just showing love to everybody, man, because that's what it should be about, especially living in these dark times. Let's give love and light.
Yeah, and shout out Tranquil, who couldn't be here. We miss you, girl. We're gonna see you next time. We're already manifesting that out there. And RIP Betty White and Bob Saget.
Yes. All the love.
All love, brother. Catch you next time.
Dope. All right, man.